But
Greg, a few weeks ago you were talking, and I know the numbers there, you were saying there's still 600 something rentals. You had commented a few weeks ago, or we were chatting about whether or not we thought that the rental market, that a lot of people that were actual current homeowners were buying those rental properties, or at least buying properties to then rent out as investment. And I read an interesting article this morning, Stephen, if you wanted to pull it up there. It was actually done by Bloomberg, Bloomberg. And it says a new survey suggests nearly 1 in 5 home buyers during the pandemic are multi-property owners, with the remaining number evenly split between first-time home buyers and those upgrading or downsizing to a new home. 1,500 respondents between January 7th and 9th. It says 9% of those respondents said they purchased a home in the last 18 months. The bulk of the survey focused on those individuals and found that 40% of them said they were first-time home buyers and that the property they were purchasing is their primary residence. Those buyers were overwhelmingly between the ages of 18 and 34, which was 65%, while 11% were between the ages of 35 and 54. Interestingly, 24% were over the age of 55. It says another 39% said they already owned one property and were purchasing another one. And finally, 19% said they owned multiple properties, while 2% preferred not to answer. So really only 40% of the bulk of home buyers in that demographic were first-time buyers. The other
that's high. I think that's really high when you read all the headlines. When you read all the headlines and all the news articles saying that first-time home buyers are priced out of every market, they can't buy, they have no savings, can't afford anything. Yet the actual numbers on this are 40% were first-time home buyers. That is a pretty staggering statistic, I think. I think that's very, very high. Much higher than I would have thought, to be honest.
Yeah, and it doesn't differentiate whether, like, what type of home. I think this is just any property type, which is interesting. The other thing that I found interesting here, it says the survey also asked homeowners how they funded the down payment for their purchase, and it said 19% said they were using gifted money from a family member of the. Actually, no, that's just home buyers. So that would be 20%. So half of the first-time home buyers, essentially. 19%. Yeah, basically got gifted funds of the, if 100% of people bought homes, 20% got gifted funds. And if 40% of the 100 are first-time buyers, so, 50% of first-time buyers were using gifted funds is the way I read it. I just started working with with a new buyer. Same thing. Massive, like the whole down payment is coming from mom and dad, which is great.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, there, a lot of cases, a lot of first-time homebuyers are gifted the down or a portion of it. Number one, they're still qualifying for the mortgage on their own. They're just, provided the gifted down. In a lot of cases, it's coming off of, mom and dad, their value of their property has gone up and they're accessing equity in that property. Is typically and I find is what's happening. And they're kind of just utilizing that to help get their child into the market. But by and large, I still see very aggressive savings for first-time home buyers between the ages, like you said, Bob, of 18 to 34, like very aggressive savings, like little to no debt, and especially over the last 2 years, like more and more with no debt or aggressively paying it off. I think that a lot of it has to do with staying home and whatnot. I think that's overall pretty interesting, because it is contradictory to a lot of the articles that are out there of where, just headline grabbers just saying that people are priced out of the market with no actual statistics behind it.
Actually, the headline grabbers.
I actually made a mistake on the statistics, so I should clarify this for anyone who is reading the article. I'll read it word for word just so you hear it from the horse's mouth. The survey asked home buyers how they funded their down payment for their purchase. Nearly 1 in 5 first-time home buyers said they were using gifted money from a family member. So 19% of first-time home buyers says the most popular way to fund a down payment was from personal savings, David, with 47% of respondents doing so. Another 24% said they funded their purchase from the sale of another property, while 14% said they leveraged equity from an existing property.